Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. It is Thursday, April 8th, 2021. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and staying safe. It's been a while since I've recorded, I know, and I'll explain what's going on in just a few moments. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have notes written down, because if not, I know I will forget something. But I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining me. If you are new to my channel, my name is Kit. I live in the southwest suburbs of Chicago. I am married. My husband Gary and I have been together for 12 years, and we have two beautiful daughters, Madison, who is 11, and Sage, who is 7. I also work full time, and I am addicted to yarn. So I love crocheting, I love knitting, I enjoy sewing. I even make some stitch markers here and there, and I have been really getting into diamond painting. So before we get started with the yarny things, let me explain why I haven't been on in so long. So if you want to skip this part, you're more than welcome to. Maybe just fast forward like 10 minutes. If you want to stick around and listen to what I have to say, I'd appreciate that too. So I had planned on filming about 4 weeks ago, and I really wanted to film, and I had, my notes written down and everything set up to film. On Tuesday, March 9th, I got a call from my niece. So if you guys didn't know, I mentioned a few videos ago, like a few months ago, that I have my older brother who's 11 years older than me. He has stage 4 colon cancer. So my niece called me on Tuesday, March 9th, so which was last month, and her dad had passed at 5:10 p.m. on Tuesday, March 9th. So after I hung up with her a few minutes later, my mom called me and said the exact same thing. So I don't know what was going on in my mind. Like, my mind just went blank. I really didn't want to comprehend what was going on, I guess. And then my husband was at work still. He wasn't home yet, so I had sent him a text, and as soon as I sent him the text, he came home. But it's just been a really, really rough month for me and my family. Losing my brother, it's really hard, and my mom took it really hard, my brother's wife, and then his 3 kids. So we've just been trying to deal, and we've been having a hard time dealing. But it's getting better. Tomorrow will be 1 month since he passed, and it's just getting better for all of us. And then on top of that, the day of the funeral, which was March 13th, which was a Saturday, we had to put our dog Dakota down. So Dakota, she was a 14-year-old husky. She was getting old, or she is old, and she was just having a hard time moving around. She was in pain. I know she was. Even though we give her pain medication, she was still in a lot of pain. She wasn't eating. She was losing weight. So my husband and I discussed it, and we decided it was time to put her down. So that day of the funeral, that was the day we had to put Dakota down as well. So it was just a double whammy for us, and we just had a really, really bad day that day, and it just kept going. So it's like a domino effect. So that day after we put Dakota down, after we went to my brother's funeral, we got a call saying that my husband's aunt, who has Hodgkin's lymphoma, she's back in the hospital, and then my husband's grandmother was in the hospital. So it was just like bad things after bad things kept happening, and I just needed to take a mental break and just comprehend everything and like gather my thoughts, pull myself together, be there for my family and my husband's family. So it was just a really tough time, and it was just coincidence that my brother's funeral and the day we had to put Dakota down was on the same day, because my husband had scheduled that appointment for Dakota like weeks prior. So there's no way we could have canceled that. It was time, and she was in a lot of pain, and I didn't want her to suffer anymore. So that was that. And then about 6 months ago, I went to see a doctor because I really wasn't feeling well, and I ended up going to a different doctor. I didn't see my regular physician, and they wanted to send me for COVID testing, and the doctor there said, you don't need COVID testing, it's something else. So I went in, got checked. My blood pressure was really, really high, and they did an EKG. They probably thought I was going to have a heart attack because, my heart rate was sped up and I couldn't really breathe. So they ended up doing a CT scan with contrast, which then I found out my thyroid is enlarged. So I went back to my primary care physician, and she recommends that I go get a thyroid ultrasound. So I got that done. I think that was like 3 weeks ago. And I saw my doctor again 2 weeks ago, and she recommends that I go see an ear, nose, and throat specialist because I have nodules on my thyroid. So there is one on my left side that's bigger than the one on my right, or the one in the middle here. So I went to see that doctor today, and he is going to send me to get a biopsy. So I'm just worried because I am praying that it's not cancerous. You know, the cancer that I lost my brother to, and my husband's Aunt Dinah, who has Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's like these bad things keep happening, and we really don't need any more bad news. But anyways, I have that appointment scheduled for the biopsy on April 19th, so I will keep you guys posted and let you know if anything's changed. But if it is cancerous, or even if it's not cancerous, if the nodule keeps growing, I might have to have surgery to get my thyroid removed, and that's not something I'm looking forward to. So let's hope and pray that it's nothing bad, and I'm hoping and praying for my husband's aunt and grandmother who are in the hospital. So on that note, I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to keep going because I'm gonna lose it here on camera, but let's just say that I just wasn't in the mood or the mindset to film or record, and I hope you guys do understand that. So sorry about that. So let's move on to the yarny things. Oh, before we do though, I do want to show you a picture of Dakota, because I don't know if I've ever shown a picture of Dakota. But she was a 14-year-old husky. That's her right there, stubborn, really, really stubborn dog. But we loved her, and we still miss her. The day after she got put down, I actually woke up that morning looking for her to let her go out to use, you know, to do her business out in the backyard, and she wasn't there. So I kind of got sad then. But a week after, the vet sent us a little sympathy card, which was really cool of them. And inside, we're gonna keep this card because inside has her paw print there. So we're gonna keep this with her picture that we framed and her dog tag, and just hang it, put it in the living room in the corner where she likes to sleep. So yeah, I miss her a lot, and I think my kids and my husband miss her too. So, okay, enough is enough. So let's move on. So I have some finished objects, I have some new whips, and I have some acquisitions. So I will try to go as fast as I can, but this episode might be a long episode because I am trying to catch up. I think this is 5 weeks worth of information right here. So I mentioned in my last video that I want to work through my yarn stash before I buy anything new. So I started some destashing or stash busting projects, and I will show you all that. So the first, I made 3 hats actually. So the first hat I made is this hat, which is the Ross hat, because it's one of my go-to patterns for hats because it's so quick and simple, and I'm pretty sure I memorized the pattern. So this is using Rosetto worsted, and I bought this yarn from Ice Yarns a few years ago, and I love this yarn. It knits up beautifully, it's super soft, and I just love the colors in this yarn. So I had 1 ball, and this is the leftover from knitting this hat. So I don't think that this will knit up another hat, but I will leave this in my scrap bin. I have a big bin right here full of scraps that I'm gonna toss this in there, and I will probably make like a scrap blanket or something, just add this to it. But I just love this yarn. I think I'm going to have to order some more because it is like gorgeous, and it's very, very lovely to work with. So that is finished object number 1. I finished another Ross hat, which like I said is one of my favorite hats to do. So let me just move things around. And the second hat I made is using Yarn Bee Glowing in the colorway Boat Ride. I actually bought this on clearance. I think it was last year, 2020, the Hobby Lobby clearance sale was when I bought this. I think I had a total of 4 skeins. I think I used the others already, and I had a leftover ball of yarn, probably about this big, and like maybe like 40 or 50 grams, maybe less than that, I'm not sure. But I had to pull out this skein of yarn and just use a little bit just to finish off the top of the hat. But it turned out really pretty. I love the colors there, and it's a beautiful yarn to knit with. And I have this skein, and I think that's it for this colorway. I might just go ahead and knit another hat, and that way I can donate some this winter. So that is Ross hat number 2. And the third hat I made is actually not a Ross hat. It is the Bush Tracker Beanie by Gary from Urban Yarns. Hi Gary, I'm pretty sure you guys all watch him. He is amazing. I love his content and I love watching his videos. He's very inspiring. Okay, so let me show you the finished herringbone, the finished Bush Tracker Beanie. This is what it looks like on the mannequin head. Now I made the size small, so I think he has on his pattern a small, medium, and large, and I made a small. And look how beautiful that turned out. I used the color green because green is one of my favorite colors. And let me show you the yarn that I used. I used 2 different yarns held together. The first yarn, this fluffy like lime green looking yarn, which I love because it's so soft. I bought this from Ice Yarns and it is called Andalusia. So I don't know if you guys can see that without it blowing out. Andalusia, which is a 3-weight yarn. That's what it's categorized as. And like I said, it's super soft. It is 30% wool, 50% acrylic, and 20% polyamide. And I have, let me see what I have. I have 6 full balls of this, and then this little bit right here, which was left over from making the hat. So I think I will maybe knit up a sweater because knitting uses less yarn. I might knit up a sweater holding 2 strands like this and then another yarn together just to knit up the sweater, just to use up this yarn. So that's what I was thinking. And like lime green is one of my favorite colors, and I think this is so beautiful and so soft. I love it. So I can't wait. I gotta find a pattern first, and once I do, I will show you guys what sweater I want to knit up. But this is the Bush Tracker Beanie. And let's see, I did not have difficulty with this pattern. Like, it wasn't difficult at all. The only problem I had was I did not know how to knit the herringbone stitch. So I had to, after I did my rib, I had to stop what I was doing and then look up a tutorial for the herringbone stitch, because I was trying to figure out from the pattern how to do it. I'm like, I have no clue how to do it. So once I watched the tutorials and I went back and read the pattern, I understood it completely. So there is the herringbone portion of the hat. And the only part that I messed up was the herringbone part. I forgot to switch my needles from 8mm to 10mm, so the herringbone part of the hat was a little bit smaller, like thinner than what it should have been. But overall it still turned out really great, and I am really happy with the results of this hat. So I will knit up another one. Now I just have to find some chunky yarn. I might just do whatever chunky yarn I have and just knit up this hat, because it is a really nice pattern. So great job, Gary. I really do like it. And there is my Bush Tracker Beanie. So that is finished object number 3. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the other yarn I use. This is, let me see if I have the ball band, which fell on the floor. This is Premier's Anti-Pilling Everyday DK Stripes. The colorway, I think, is called Foliage, but it's just a self-striping yarn, and I just paired it up with this, which then made this beautiful hat right here. So I'm really happy with the results. I like that a lot. I love this anti-pilling yarn. DK weight is my favorite weight of yarn, so it's very versatile, and I love this. It's super soft, and I love the way it knits up. So those were the yarns that I use. Okay, so moving on to my next stash buster project. It's a blanket that I'm calling Retro Rainbow, using half double crochets. So I chained however many chains, and I'm just half double crocheting every stitch. So let me show you the blanket. Now I really wanted to donate this blanket originally, and then my nephew Alex came over last week and he saw the blanket and he really liked it. So I think I might gift it to him if he still wants it. If not, then I will definitely donate it. But I am using 2 DK weight yarns held together. So the first yarn that I'm using is Lion Brand Cupcakes in all different colorways. And then the second yarn I'm using is a DK weight yarn, acrylic yarn in black, solid black. So it is really, really wide. So it's folded in half right now because it's so wide, and it's getting really long too. So here is the blanket. So it's getting really tall, but like I said, it's folded in half, so it's gonna be like really, really wide here. So I love the colors in it. I love Lion Brand Cupcakes, especially when you double up the yarn and pair it with a different color, like a neutral color. It makes like these brighter colors pop, and I love it. So here's that blanket again. And like I said, I was going to donate it, but if my nephew wants it, then I will definitely give it to him. So there is my stash busting project number, I think 4. I'm still working on that. So I haven't finished it. It'll probably be like another month or so before I finish this one. Now I am on my 4th Lion Brand Cupcake, and I only have 2 left after that. So if it needs to be a little bit taller, I will see what colors of mandala I have and probably just add the mandala to the blanket, even though I feel like mandala yarn is a little bit thicker than Lion Brand Cupcake, but it's from the same company, so I think it'll work out. So we'll see what happens with that one. My next project is a shawl that I have finished, so it's a finished object. And I also used yarn that I had in my stash, so I didn't buy anything new. And this shawl, I found a pattern or a tutorial on YouTube actually, and this is what the shawl looks like. The tutorial is by Crochet with Gigi here on YouTube, and she explains everything really well. I did mess up one part, but I'm not going to show you because I don't think you can tell, but it turned out really, really great. I love the flowiness of the shawl, how drapey it is, and just how nice and soft this cotton yarn is. Now I used, let me see, I don't have the ball band, I have no clue what I did with it, but I used the Yarn Art Flowers yarn that I bought from Hobium, I think in the beginning of 2020, right before like COVID hit. So I bought 3 cakes of this, and there's the other cake right here. And I'm just trying to use up, I really don't want to use these because they're so beautiful, but that's why you buy yarn, right, to make projects with them. But I will definitely look up another shawl pattern to use that. But this shawl, I think only took me like 4 or 5 days to make. I wasn't crocheting on it constantly, so it was on and off, but it's really beautiful and drapey, and I love these pastel colors, even though like they're like really not my favorite colors. It's still beautiful, and this shawl is really nice, so I definitely like that. So that is an object that I finished a little while ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I like it a lot. So really nice and cozy. So the next project that I want to work on is that Calliope sweater. I showed you guys the pattern in my last video. So here's the pattern. Now this is a free pattern on Ravelry. So I don't know if I showed that right. Free pattern on Ravelry. I will link that pattern down below if you guys are interested in the sweater. So I was reading through the pattern, and in the pattern she uses 2 fingering weight yarn held double to knit up the sweater. So what I decided to do is, since 2 fingering weight yarns equals 1 DK weight yarn, I decided to use DK weight yarn to knit up the sweater. So when I went out with Rose and Lori, I had purchased this yarn here, and I showed you guys this already, but it's the Forbidden Fiber Company, and this is in the colorway Advanced Potion Fortitude from the Harry Potter Yarn Club for May 2018. So I bought 2 skeins or 2 hanks of these because they had only the 2 hanks. If they had more, I would have probably bought like a sweater's quantities worth. But I was looking online on Etsy on like every single like yarn shop to see if I can find colors to match this, and I was having such a hard time. So what I did was I ended up placing an order at Wool & Company, which is in St. Charles, Illinois, and I live in Joliet, so that's about like maybe an hour to an hour and 15 minutes away from me. So instead of going to the store, I just placed an order online. Now I had to place 2 orders, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The first order I placed, now when I looked at these yarns online, the colors look totally different. So the first one, I bought 2 hanks of this color, which online it looked totally different. It did not look purple online at all, and even in the description I don't think it describes the color of the yarn. But this is Madeline Tosh DK Fate in their core base, color 423. Like I said, it's Madeline Tosh hand dyed yarns. It's Tosh DK 100% superwash merino wool. It has 225 yards. It's a light 3, and it says it's dyed by hand in Texas from wool ethical sourced in South Africa. But this color is so gorgeous. Now when I saw this online, and I bought 2 of them because when I saw them online, I swear they looked like brown. They looked brown to me, and when I received this, I'm like, this isn't the yarn I ordered. And then I went back and looked at my packing slip, and it was the yarn I ordered. So for sure this will not go together. So I will have to either use this in a different project or use this in a different project. So with the Fate colorway, I also ordered 2 of these, which again is the Madeline Tosh. This has a different label. Tosh DK 100% superwash merino wool. All the specs are the same. 225 yards. And the colorway on this one is called Whiskey Barrel. So it is like a darker brown with some darker grays in it. Now I think that this would match this. But if I put this with the Fate colorway, the Whiskey and the Fate and the Harry Potter, it does not go together. So this is what I did. I placed another order at Wool & Company because they had so many colorways of the Tosh DK, and then after feeling these and how soft they are, I had to order more. So I went back to the drawing board and I was looking for another colorway that will match this Harry Potter yarn of the month club. So I decided to buy these 2, and this is again Tosh DK, so everything's the same. The colorway name is called Birkenstick. So you see the grays and browns. I thought that it would match this, but once I saw it in person and I put it up against this yarn, I don't think it matches at all. What do you guys think? So now I'm back to the drawing board. So I bought all these yarns that aren't going to match, and then I sat back and I thought about it. I think that the Birkenstick will match the Fate, because if you look at the gray here on Birkenstock, it kind of has like a purple hue or a purple tone to it, and I think it will match this Fate colorway. And then if I add in the Whiskey Barrel, I think it will match some of the browns or the tans that are in the Birkenstock colorway. So what do you guys think of this color combination? Because I am going to knit like a fade sweater, so this will be on top, the Fate in the middle, and then the Whiskey Barrel at the bottom. So what do you guys think of that one? It's awkward to hold it up like this, but I think I like this color combination better than this color combination. What do you guys think? Let me know. Color combination B or color combination A. Either way, this sweater is gonna be like super soft and squishy, and I can't wait to get started. And I will definitely have to swatch before I start on this sweater, because it's like really expensive yarn and I just want to make sure the sweater fits me. So I will definitely do a swatch before I go ahead and get started. And the thing I love about this sweater pattern the Calliope sweater is that I am actually learning something new. So in here it requires you to do like a German short rows, and I've never done that before. So I have been watching YouTube tutorials. I think I watched Very Pink Knits on how to do German short rows, and I think I got it, but I'm actually gonna have to try it maybe a few times before I actually do it on the sweater. But I will go ahead and knit my swatch up tomorrow, make sure I get the correct gauge, and then I will start casting on stitches for the ribbing from the ribbing in the neck, and then I will get that started Saturday. So it's a sweater knit from top down, and I think it's going to be a really fun knit, so I can't wait to get started on that. So that is the Calliope sweater. Now, the second time I placed the order at Woolen Company, I did order a couple of more skeins of yarn. So let me show you this cute little purple tonal yarn here that I bought. I don't know if you consider this tonal, but this is Malabrigo Caprino, and it is super soft. Like, I wish I would have ordered more of these. And I think it's a 50-gram hank, and I think it was $7.99 for this 50-gram hank, I think. And this is DK weight 164 yards. Like I said, 50 grams. It is 80% super fine merino and 20% cashmere. So no wonder why it's super soft. It has cashmere in it. And I think that this color is so beautiful. So there's the colorway name. I'm not even going to pronounce that because I'm pretty sure I will butcher that. And the color number is 136. So I don't know what I had planned on doing with this, but I just saw it and it was like beautiful, so I had to get it. So that was my little Malabrigo. So let me go ahead and take off this shawl. It's been like raining and gloomy all day, but it's pretty warm in the house. I don't have any windows open right now because of the rain. And then I purchased hedgehog fiber yarn. So I bought 2 hanks, so I will talk to you about them. I saw this and I just thought it was like so gorgeous. I love green. Green is one of my favorite colors. Look at that hot pink with the speckling. That is gorgeous. And this is my first time having hedgehog fiber yarn, so I'm super excited. And then I bought a second one in a different colorway because I think these two match really well. Like that cream, this cream kind of goes with the cream here. And let's talk about this one first. This is in the colorway Serengeti. It is 100 grams, 400 meters, 90% merino wool, and 10% nylon. It is machine washable, and it says it's made in Ireland. And it is a very soft and beautiful yarn. So I don't have any plans for this. I just wanted to purchase extra skeins because they did have, I think it was 15% your entire order if you spent $100 or more. So I was more than happy to spend $100 just to get the extra 15 or 20% off. And then the second hank I bought is really beautiful as well. Like I said, I am a big fan of speckling. Look at all those speckles. I love this yarn, and I think it will go very well with the Serengeti. This one is again hedgehog fibers, the same specs, in the colorway Bramble, so B-R-A-M-B-L-E. And like I said, I love the speckling. I love it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to pair these two up to knit a shawl, or maybe try to knit 2 different socks with contrasting toe and heel. Like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I will definitely sit here and just look at the yarn and admire it because it's so beautiful. So that was my yarn haul from Woolen Company, and I will link their website down below. Again, it's a small company located in St. Charles, Illinois. And I really do love the yarns that they have there. I think they're just gorgeous. And I will definitely order from them again because it did not take long at all for them to ship the order. And they actually, you know, do quality checks on it before they actually ship it out. So I really do like that. Okay, so moving on. I am still destashing, like I said, and I am trying to like either use up or donate as much yarn as possible, like yarns that I don't use anymore. So I have a friend who works with me and she crochets. So I just found out she crocheted maybe like 6, 7, 8 months ago. So we've been talking a lot at work just because we have something in common, and she's just really cool. She's an awesome person. And she actually enjoys crocheting with Red Heart Super Saver, and Red Heart Super Saver is one of my least favorite yarns. I don't hate it, but it's one of my least favorites. So I have like a ton of Red Heart Super Saver, and I gifted them to her because I know she will use them. So she was really happy to take those off my hands. So now I have a cubby over there in the corner that is completely empty that I need to fill up. So I was thinking about placing an order on Hobby because they have some new yarns there that I would like to try out. So I think I might go ahead and place that order maybe today, maybe tomorrow, or this weekend sometime. But go check out their website. They did put up some new yarns. And then the reason why I wanted to place the order, because I bought this crochet magazine and there is a blanket project in there that I would love to make. So I'm trying to I guess get the most yardage of yarn for my money, and I think Hobby has the mega ball, I think, on sale right now, and I think only 2 balls or 3 balls, 2 different colors, will be enough to make this blanket. So let me show you the magazine, Crochet Home. I picked this up when I was at Walmart the other day. My kids actually have colds right now, and I had to stop and get them some children's medicine. So while I was there, I had to browse the yarn section, of course, and then I saw this crochet magazine, and I just had to pick it up. Let me see if I can find the blanket. So hold on one moment. Okay, so this blanket is called the Seaside Afghan, and I can't show you the first page because it has the pattern, but this is the picture of the Seaside Afghan, and it's something totally different. Like, I've never done mosaic crochet. I think that's what this is called, right? Mosaic crochet. I've never done that before, and it's something that I am interested in trying out, so I will definitely order some yarn. I don't have enough of one color to finish this blanket like it is, but that's why I need to order some either white yarn or cream colored yarn, or maybe even like a light beige color, and then some teal color or blue. But I think I might do it like cream and purple. I think that would be really pretty as well. So that is a project that I want to work on soon. And then there's another project in here that I saw and I thought was super cute. It is this parody rope basket. I do have some rope that I could use, and I definitely have all these different color yarns. I can make them any colors I want, and I think this will be a fun project. And then I can even maybe use it as like a little project basket for when I'm sitting on the couch and, you know, I'm knitting or crocheting. I can put my skein of yarn in the basket and then store my project in there when I'm not working on it. So again, Crochet Home, a lovely magazine, and I just picked this up at Walmart, and I think it is $9.99. So really cool magazine. And also, one more thing, there is a pattern in here. You guys probably know Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, but she had a pattern release in a magazine, and it is in this magazine. So it's for the Soup Bow Cozy, again by Pamela Barton from Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I will go ahead and link her YouTube channel down below. So check out her bowl cozy. I'll definitely have to make that, and I might have to find bowls to put them in, put the cozies around. And there are lots of cool patterns in here. There's a couple of mug rugs that I want to make, and then also this like mandala dream catcher. Let me see if I can find the page for that. I think it looks like a really cool pattern for this dream catcher, and it's something that I think I'm interested in making, so I might make that. Because right now we just remodeled Sage's bedroom. We had to repaint it. It was pink, and she wanted like a sage green color because her name is Sage. So we bought the green paint, we painted it. It looks great in there. We put a desk in there for her so she can do her homework. And now I want to make her something special for it. So I think I might make her that dream catcher and put that up in her room. So a very cool book. All right, moving on. So let me set that down. So my next stash buster project, I can't say that fast because it's a tongue twister, is a Tunisian crochet project. So I actually don't own like long Tunisian crochet hooks or interchangeable Tunisian crochet hooks, so I had to order a set of interchangeable crochet hooks from Amazon. So let me find out where I put it so I can show you guys. And you've probably already seen this before, but I did order the Knitter's Pride Dream Symphony Wood Interchangeable Tunisian Afghan crochet hook set. So this is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare. And I think this was $44.99, I think. I will take a look again and I will link it down below if you guys are interested. So I don't do a lot of Tunisian crochet, but I do want to expand my skills and learn different Tunisian crochet stitches. So I am making this blanket. It's just using the Tunisian simple stitch because I had to try out the hooks and you know, get comfortable with using it. And these are all the different hooks that come with it. I think there are 4 different size hooks. The smallest one is 3.5 millimeters and it goes all the way up to an 8 millimeter crochet hook. And it is made out of wood. So I will pull one out and show you. It's beautiful laminated wood and it's super smooth. And look at the head on that. It's more pointed than I'd like. It's not as blunt, which is fine. I thought this was going to be a little bit smaller, like the head of the hook, but I'm just getting used to it, and it crochets fine. I just got to get used to the different style head that's on there. But I love these crochet hooks. Well worth the money, I think. It comes with the different size cords. I'm using the longest one right now on my project, on the blanket that I'm crocheting. It also comes with these end stoppers here, and then the tools to help you hook up your hook to the cord. So I definitely like this one. I'm enjoying it so far. And this, I'm not in a rush to, you know, work on this Tunisian crochet blanket. It's just, you know, I have 2 big skeins of yarn that I want to use up, and I thought this was the perfect project for it. So let me, I don't know what I did with the blanket, but it's around here somewhere. Here it is. So I am using, let me see if I have the ball band. I can't remember where I put the ball band, but this is by Loops and Thread. It's the Cozy Baby in the colorway Telluride, and it's a DK weight yarn. It's a self-striping yarn, and the stripes are smaller stripes, and there's like a strand where it has like, I don't know, I'm gonna call it speckling, so a little bit of the speckling there. But it's a really pretty yarn, nice and soft, and I'm just doing the Tunisian simple stitch, trying out my brand new interchangeable Tunisian crochet hooks. So let me show you the right side. Now I just chained, I don't know how many chains I chained, but just enough to fit on, see, it's a little bit more, but just to fit on the cord and on the hook. So this is what it looks like. It's curling up on me right now because Tunisian crochet does curl, but that's what it looks like, and I think it's beautiful. And I will do a regular crochet border around it once I'm finished. Like I said, I have 2 big skeins of this, and I'm just going to use up both skeins, and then however big the blanket is, then I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm just going to crochet a border around this blanket. So there is my other stash buster project, and I will show you this once I get further along, because right now I'm maybe like 20 or 30 rows in. And once it gets a little bit bigger, I'll show you guys what that yarn looks like crocheted up in Tunisian crochet. And I am going to show you my project fail. Now I have been trying to, like I said, just use up my stash. And I received my Mary Maxim Knit Club for March, and I actually really like that kit. And I don't know what I did with the kit, but it's for a knitted hat and a scarf. So let me look for that kit, which I cannot find. Okay, I found it. It was underneath my chair. the whole time. Okay, so let me show you the, so it is for the slouchy beanie here, and then this boomerang scarf, which I really do like March's Knit Club. I started the hat, and this is what the hat looks like, and I'll talk to you about the yarn in just one moment. So I totally messed up this hat. So I read the pattern. Before I start any project, I always read the pattern, and then I go grab my yarn, and then I will read, you know, the beginning of the pattern before I actually started. So the pattern calls for me to do a knit 1, purl 2, rib. So my head understood that, but my hands did a knit 1, purl 1, rib. So when it came to increasing right after the ribbing, like after the ribbing's done, there's a row where you do increases, and none of my stitches match at all, because the purls are supposed to match with the purls and the knits are supposed to match with the knits. Well, now I have this like awkward looking purl bump row, and it's not looking good. So since I'm not too far into this project, I think I'm going to just go ahead and frog it and start over. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Like I said, this is one of the first kits that I really, really like. So I'm actually working on this project. So this is the yarn that I am using. This is the yarn that came in the kit. And this is Fair Isle Willow yarn. It is in the colorway Granite. It is a lightweight 3. And it is 290 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, and machine wash cold, do not bleach. It recommends a 5mm crochet hook, and let's see what else. For knitting needles, 4mm knitting needles, and that's the knitting needles that I'm using with this yarn. I think is a 4mm. And what else? 75% superwash wool and 25% viscose from bamboo, and it's made in China. So I'm really, really happy with this yarn. This is my first time working with this yarn. It's a roving style yarn, and it's actually not bad, but roving is not one of my favorite yarns to work with. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. But this one is pretty cool. I definitely like that one. So that is my hat knitting fail. I will definitely frog that and redo the hat. So let me show you the other yarn that came with it, and this yarn is for the boomerang scarf, which I won't start until I'm finished with the hat, but it is Mary Maxim Merino 100% superwash merino yarn, and it's like this really light gray color. It's beautiful, it's super soft, and it's like a tonal gray, and I definitely will try to knit up that scarf with it. And let's see, machine wash in cold water, lay flat to dry, do not bleach, do not iron or press. And it is made in Turkey, 100% superwash merino, 440 yards, 100 grams, and it is a fingering weight yarn. So really light and beautiful and so soft. So I will definitely be making that boomerang scarf once I finish this hat and maybe a couple of other projects that I have going on. So there was my Mary Maxim Knit Club for the month of March, and I am really happy about that one. And you know, I mentioned to you guys that I did want to cancel my Mary Maxim Knit Club, and then I totally forgot about it, so I got April's Knit Club as well. So let me pull that out and show you. So there's my April's Club, and I'll show you the yarn in a second. So let's talk about the pattern. This is the embossed leaf poncho, and it's a really pretty poncho, a very feminine stitches there, and it's just 2 panels. You knit up 2 panels and then you seam them together. So it's a pretty cool project, and I think I will try it. And this is the yarn that I received. So I got 6 skeins of this Fair Isle Harbor, and it's super soft, and like there's a sheen to it, a shine to it, and I like it. I think I'm going to knit up that poncho whenever I get the boomerang scarf and the hat done. This is a fine number 2 yarn. It recommends 3mm knitting needles, 4.5mm crochet hook, machine wash cold, gentle, or dry clean. Do not bleach, do not tumble dry. And this is a 100-gram ball, 321 yards, 3.5 ounces, and it is made from 50% cotton, 50% viscose from bamboo, and it's made in China. And I think that's it. And the colorway is turquoise. So I love turquoise. I love this color. I love this yarn. It's super soft. But I think it's going to take me a while to knit this just because it's such a thin yarn. But it is a lacy stitch, so I might go a little bit quicker than I think it will. So that is my Mary Maxim Knit Club for the month of April, which I am super happy with. So is it worth the money? I'm not sure because I didn't actually research how much the yarns cost. So, but I am happy with that. So I will try it for one more month, and if I like that one, I might keep it. If I don't like it, I might not keep it, but we'll see what happens. So that is my Mary Maxim Knit Club. So moving on, like I said, I'm still trying to bust my stash, and I was looking through my stash. When we were remodeling Sage's bedroom, I actually found yarn in her closet that I stored there because I was running out of room here. So I cleaned out all the yarn from her room and brought it down. And I actually found 4 skeins of this Yarn Bee Antoinette yarn that I bought at Hobby Lobby on clearance 2 years ago. So 2019 Hobby Lobby yarn clearance is when I bought this yarn. And I picked it up because it's soft. I've never crocheted or knitted with Boucle yarn before, and honestly, for $1.24, I wasn't going to say no to that. But once I started crocheting with it, I just had a really hard time. So I decided to knit with it. So did I finish the project? Yes, I did. I finished this cowl. So it is a simple knitted cowl, no pattern. I just cast on however many stitches. I just knit every row, turn, knit the next row. So it's in garter stitch. You can't tell because it is a Boucle yarn, but it is nice and cozy. And I'll try it on for you guys. I made it a little bit too big, I think, but it is super nice and cozy. And will I buy this yarn again? Probably not. And I still have 2 skeins of this left, and I'm not sure what to do with it. I can also, I guess, make another cowl just like this, but we'll see. I did make it too big, so it's kind of sitting awkwardly right now, but it is nice and cozy. You know, wear it under your jacket or your coat and button up or zip up, and you're good to go. So I like that one. I will not buy this again, even though it is super nice and soft. I think it is a lot softer than Lion Brand Homespun, but it's just very difficult to crochet or knit with. So that is that for that project. And like I said, I won't buy it again, but I definitely need to use the other 2 balls that I have left of that yarn. So there is my simple knitted garter stitch cowl. And then I made a sweater for my daughter Madison. Now I know I always talk about making things for Madison. It's just because Sage, she's 7, she really doesn't like anything that I knit or crochet for her except amigurumis. So if I make any type of clothing or hats or scarves, accessories, like, it's always Madison that wants to wear it instead of Sage, but that's okay. She's still little. She doesn't appreciate handmade things just yet. But I did crochet Madison this beautiful sweater. It's a cardigan, and I found this in my collection here, this Craft Smart Value Tweed from Michaels, and this yarn is super soft, and I enjoyed working with it. The only problem I had after I finished it, I washed Madison's sweater and it did pill a little, just a little, but I'm sure if I wash it again it'll pill more. But I just wanted to wash it and block it for her. So here is that finished cardigan. Like I said, Madison is 11, but she's very petite and she's thin, so I made the size medium. And this is a pattern by Jolie Knots Crochet, and the cardigan is called Pixie Kids Cardigan, and it's a very simple, quick, fun project to make. So there is the back of the cardigan, and it's using the blanket stitch, so it's really thick and really warm. And then for the sleeve, it's I believe it's half double crochets. And then I actually did a different cuff than what she did on her video, so I just did like a front post double crochet and then double crochet alternating, just to make it look like a ribbed cuff. So again, beautiful sweater. I love the pattern. I think I might customize it to make one for myself, because I really do like this one, and I love the tweed yarn. It just makes a really beautiful sweater. So that is Madison's cardigan that I finished, and I had 5 skeins of this, and I used 4 of the skeins, and now I have the 1 skein, and I think I might go ahead and maybe crochet a matching hat for this, because come fall and winter she will most definitely wear this a lot. So that is stash busting project number, I don't know, 7 or 8, but I am still working on it. Again, I will probably crochet, mostly crochet, knit, or I might knit a hat, but I think the crocheted hat will match her crocheted sweater, so I will probably crochet a hat to match that sweater. So the 1 skein left. And everything that I talk about today, like patterns, YouTube channels, I will definitely link it down below so you guys can have easier access. Alright, so I am almost finished. I think that is all I have for my finished objects, any of my works in progress. I do have a couple of yarn hauls, and even though I said I wasn't going to purchase more yarn, I went to Michael's, and my daughters wanted paint because they're like really into painting on canvases and stuff. They like to draw and then like paint the characters they draw. So we went to Michael's, we bought some paint. I think they were on sale. And then I went to Hobby Lobby because they had paint on sale. While I was at Hobby Lobby, I actually bought a couple of knitting needles. I bought more of the Knitter's Pride Color Play needles, which I love. I love the laminated wood. Like, it's really, you know, slick, but not as slick as like the metal needles, and I really enjoy these needles. So I bought a 10mm one, and then I bought some more the cords for it to start more projects. And then while I was there, I picked up paints for the kids, and then also this little clear bag. I don't know if you guys can see it, the light, there's a glare on it, but it does say yarn is a lifestyle, and then it has the yarn balls on the bottom. I thought that was pretty cute, so I picked that up. I'm probably going to use that as a project bag, maybe for the car, and then so I can see what's inside. And then I went to Michael's, and I picked up 2 Karen cotton cakes, the cotton ripple cakes, and I said I wasn't going to buy it, and then I saw these and they were sitting there and calling my name, so I picked up 2 of these cakes, and I think this yarn is really soft. So what I'm going to do is, there is a pattern on the ball band, and I'm going to crochet that shawl because it looks really pretty. I don't think it's going to be too complicated, so I will definitely do that. I love the colors in this cake. It has like the cream, like a light mauve or taupe color, and then like an indigo blue. Really, really pretty yarn and super soft, and I can't wait to work on that. If you guys don't know about the Karen cotton ripple cakes, it is 100% cotton. 8.5 ounces, 240 grams, 491 yards per cake. It is a lightweight 3, and it recommends 4mm for knitting needles and crochet hooks. And it's machine washable and dryable, so really easy care. And these were $9.99 per cake, and I think they had a yarn sale going on, like buy 2 get 1 free, I think it was, and I don't remember what else I bought, but I did end up getting a yarn for free. Can't remember what it was though. And the colorway on this one is called Quarry. So really beautiful. I definitely like that. And if they ever go on sale, if I work this up and I really like it, I might go back and pick up some more. So that is my little Michael's haul. And then I placed an order on Knit Picks. So it's been a while since I ordered from Knit Picks, and I just really wanted to place this order because they had some really beautiful yarns there that I wanted to try. So let me show you what is in my Knit Picks order. So there's my packing slip. Now it doesn't have the prices for anything, so I will try to remember how much I paid for everything, and try to give you like a rough estimate, because I honestly don't remember what everything cost. So the first thing on top I have is I bought this Rainbow Gloss DK value pack. So it came with, I think, 7 balls of gloss DK yarn, and I have to say that I love this yarn. I haven't worked with it yet, but just the feel and the look of it, I can tell that I'm going to like that one. So let me remove all these from the box and set this aside. There's still more in there, but I'll show you what else I have in there in a minute. So this is Gloss DK. So it is DK weight yarn, and it is soft, and I would definitely make a sweater out of this yarn, or a scarf, or a hat. I like it a lot. The colorway on this one is called Masala, so it's like a burnt orange color. Let's see, these are all 50-gram balls, 123 yards. So it's hand washed, dry flat, 70% merino wool, 30% silk, and it is a 3-weight yarn. Very beautiful. And like I said, I bought it in the pack of 7, and I don't know if it was $29.99 or $39.99, but go check out their website. I think they still have it on there, and I just had a hard time choosing what color packs to go with and what yarn to get, but I really did want to try this. So very beautiful yarn. So let me show you all the colors. This one is called Pine. Look at the sheen on that yarn, very beautiful. And this one is called Rosemary. This one is called Blackberry. This one is called Navy. Got a fuzz on that one. And then this one is called Cranberry. And then I have one more, and it is called Plume, P-L-U-M-E. And I think these two, well, maybe these 3 might be my favorite colors. Maybe not together, but these are my favorite colors out of the bunch. I love that. It's super soft, and I actually don't know what I'm going to make with the yarn yet, but I will definitely be looking for a pattern to make something with this yarn. I'm trying to maybe put them all together, because I think they, like, all the colors go well together. That's why they were in that rainbow pack. So I think I will try to use up all the different colors in one project. So the next thing that I have purchased is the Felici fingering weight yarn. Now this is a sock yarn, and I bought this because I wanted to try my hand at knitting socks again. So I tried once before, and it was like a total fail. So I want to try it again. So I placed an order for 2 50-gram skeins of this Felici yarn, which, if you guys watch Ross from Smells Great Guy, or Smells Like Yarn, he like loves this yarn and he uses it a lot. It also comes in worsted weight, and I just wanted to buy the fingering weight so I can knit up some socks with them. But this is my favorite colorway out of them all, and it's called Time Traveler. It's 218 yards, again 50 grams. This is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and it is a fingering weight yarn. It is machine wash cold, tumble dry on low, and it's made in Italy. So beautiful yarns there. Now before we move on to the rest of the box, I just want to show you my sock knitting fail. Now I started this like months and months ago, and after I failed at doing the heel, I just like gave up on the sock, but I want to try again. So this is the first ever attempt on sock knitting, and I use the what is this called? Premier Cotton Collage. I think it's Premier Cotton Collage. I don't have the ball band, but this is the colorway. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. But I started knitting from top down. So I did the ribbing. I did the, what do you call this? The body of the sock, I guess. And then I was down to the heel. And that's where I totally messed up, is this heel, because the stitches weren't matching on each side. And I knitted this on 9-inch circular needles, and it turned out really well until I got to the heel part. So I will frog this. I will try to knit another pair of socks using this yarn again in the future. But before I do that, I will try it with this Felici yarn, and I will watch more tutorials and see if I can actually knit up a sock before I actually do it with a written pattern. Okay, moving on to the rest of the items in this box is this gorgeous yarn here, and this is Stroll fingering weight Pluto hand painted. So it is called Pluto, that's the colorway. It's hand painted yarn, and I think it's self striping with the different color blues, tones of blues, shades of blues, and it looks gray, but it's actually blue, like a light blue, like a medium blue, and then a darker, like faded blue, muted blue. 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. It is a fingering weight yarn, and machine wash cold, tumble dry low. And like I said, it's Stroll Pluto hand painted yarn, and 462 yards, and it is 100 grams. And I am knitting socks with this. As soon as I can master sock knitting, this is what I'm gonna knit my next pair of socks with, is this yarn right here. Okay, moving on, I have two things left in the box, and let me just say that I enjoy watching yarn haul videos as much as I hate watching them, because I am so tempted to place, you know, an order for yarn when I watch all these yarn haul videos. But Gary from Urban Yarn, he purchased this yarn a long time ago, and when I originally went to order this, they were sold out, so I had to wait, and then I decided it's time. I just put it in my cart and I ordered it. So this is Muse fingering weight yarn. It is in the colorway Thrill, 423 yards, 100 grams. It is beautiful, very beautiful, and it's super soft. I am not knitting socks with this. I think I might make a shawl of some sort, or maybe a scarf, I'm not sure. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So it is made in Japan. So it is beautiful. Look at all the different colors in there. I just love this colorway. I love it, and I can't wait to make something with it. I don't know what to make with it yet, but it's just gonna sit here and look pretty until I'm ready to use it for a project. And then the last thing I ordered is also Muse. Same information. The colorway on this one is called Poetic, and I love all the different tones of purple in here as well. So I might knit socks with this, I'm not sure, but this for sure. I mean, I don't even know if these go together. They do and they don't, but I definitely like this one a lot. It's my favorite colorway of the 3 hanks of yarn I bought, but I definitely like that one. So that was it for my knit picks haul. See, now I have a bunch of hand-dyed yarn piled up here, and I think that's everything I have for my works in progress, my finished objects, my gigantic yarn hauls here. I have so many projects, but just not enough time to crochet or knit them all. And I still want to get back into sewing project bags, and I just haven't had time for that with everything that's been going on lately. My hours at work actually changed. I start at 4 a.m. in the morning now, so I am up at 2 a.m. I had to leave my house by 3 to make it to work by 4. So by the time I get home, pick up the girls from school, I'm tired and ready for bed. So I usually go to bed around like anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30. If I'm really tired, I'll go to bed at 6:30. If I'm not as tired, I'll go to bed at maybe 7:30 or 8, and then I have to be back up again at 2 in the morning. So it's been a change. I've been working that schedule. I think this is my 4th week already, so I'm getting used to it, but it's still a change. So I am going to let you guys go right now. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you did, kudos to you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. I really do appreciate you guys. I will see you all next time, and hopefully it won't be as long. Things are finally settling down. If my husband's aunt doesn't take a turn for the worse, then I will definitely be on again next week. If something bad happens, then it might be a couple weeks before you see me again. But I want you guys to stay safe, stay sane, keep crafting, and I will see you guys all in the next one. So have a great evening. Talk to you later. Bye.